Hey guys, it's Pugilist King, and I'm going to do a breakdown and a prediction on one of the most eagerly anticipated matchups of the year in boxing, and that is between former unified heavyweight champion Wladimir Klitschko and the current IBF heavyweight champion Anthony Joshua. So this is an interesting fight between two former gold medal Olympians and two, one guy's looking to cement his legacy and the other is an up and coming. So it'll be interesting to see how things are. Klitschko's last fight was against Tyson Fury, which he lost. Joshua's last fight is against Eric Molina. Joshua is in a dominant winning streak. Klitschko is at a long layoff. All these things put question marks in everyone's head about how this fight in particular goes, and how it pans out eventually. So there's a lot of mixed opinions in this fight, which is, for me, it's interesting. I find it very interesting because it's not everyone's on one side, not everyone's on the other side. Some people are picking Joshua by decision, fair enough. Some by knockout. Some think that Joshua has to do it early, or Wladimir has his number. There's all that comes into the equation. Some think that Vladimir's mind games, which he's playing, may, dent Joshua's psyche. So what is there to say about this fight? There's the IBF, WBA and the IBO titles on the line. It takes place at Wembley Stadium on April the 29th, 2017, and it's got a capacity of 90,000 people watching on the night, and it has overtook Carl Froch and George Groves rematch, which was at Wembley and had 80,000. So it is without a doubt one of the biggest British fights ever, I believe. You can make an argument about Lewis Tyson and stuff like that. It is up there, definitely. I mean, it's even up there with Mayweather Pacquiao, would you believe it? And I think it will do 1 million pay-per-view buys or more. Now, as far as in Britain, the Klitschko fight is probably bigger for Joshua, but in British domestic scene, Tyson Fury, you have to argue, is the bigger fight in Britain, but not overall in the grand scheme of the world. So it's a great spectacle, and it's not really a crossroads fight, but it's youth versus experience, and a lot of people are talking about Vlad's inactivity. So what I say about Vladimir's inactivity is, I don't think it's a big issue, and the reason why is Wladimir hasn't been not training. He was in training camp last year for Fury, and even when Fury fight got postponed, do you think Wladimir Klitschko wasn't training? Wladimir Klitschko, I tell you, was training, and he was sparring. Wladimir is a consummate professional, takes the sport very seriously. Vladimir's not a guy to go out to the clubs at the weekends and go and party, and you can call him boring if you want, but look how successful he's been. So he's definitely, I think, been sparring. Fight or not, I'd say Wladimir spars is always in a training camp all year round, because he is of an Eastern European sort of background, so they tend to take more care of themselves even when they're not fighting as when they are. They're proper athletes, and for that reason I think Vladimir's inactivity is not what it's made out to be. Yes, he is 41 years old and time is not on his side, but I don't think it will have affected him too much, because I think he's still been sparring, so the timing and that will be there, still there. Joshua, well, Joshua, what was I going to say? Yeah, he's been active, he's been fighting, fought 3 times last year, but the problem I have with him is he has not fought a Wladimir Klitschko type style or any of that. I think that's why Vladimir's experience will play a major role in the fight, and my hypothetical outcome. So Joshua's last fight was Eric Molina. He knocked him out in 3 rounds, and like Brazil, these guys aren't similar styles to Joshua or to Klitschko. They're not obviously not as good as Klitschko, but if you had someone with a similar style, you know, Kubrat Pulev, you know, it would have helped Joshua for Klitschko. Now I've been talking long enough. I'm going to get to the final outcome, or what I think the outcome's going to be. I'm going to talk about possibilities. And I don't think the fight goes the distance. That's what we'll say. The fight doesn't go the distance, no matter who wins. As a Brit, I obviously want Anthony Joshua to win, but my logic tells me that that won't happen. Okay, so my final prediction for the fight is Wladimir Klitschko by round 9 knockout, and the exact punch I feel will be the left hook. So that's my final prediction. I'm not ruling out a Joshua at all here. I think Joshua lands with his right hand, or if he counters Wladimir, it could be lights out for Wladimir. I'm not completely dismissing the fact that Joshua's power could stop Klitschko or knock Klitschko out. And as far as what way Joshua's going to be fighting, I think Joshua will take a cautious boxing approach and then try to find a counter punch and add to that. But yeah, I picked Wladimir Klitschko by round 9 knockout, and I think he does it with a left hook. I'm very excited for this fight. I haven't been excited for a fight like this probably since Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, it's going to be, I think, a great fight. It's good for British boxing and world boxing. I just hope that Wladimir doesn't hold and stink up the place. And Joshua's a bigger guy, so the holding will not be as much a concern, I don't think. But regardless of that, there's going to be a good performance, and I can't wait to watch it on Saturday night. Anyways, if you're new to my Pugilist King channel, I'd appreciate it if you took the time to comment your thoughts on this video and check out my other videos which I do on various different boxers and opinions on certain things. But for now, this is Pugilist King. Subscribe. Thanks for watching.